Hello, this is video 3, and I want to talk about the topic of semiotics. And semiotics is a term that's used to study of signs and symbols and their use or interpretation. Semiotics is about how we have the ability to interpret signs and derive meaning. Like as you see here, this is an apple. This is a sign. So this sign would indicate Apple computer, right? But also, if you had just an apple, you saw an image of an apple, right? When you're looking at artwork, you're looking at imagery. And if you look at an apple, this is an image, this is a sign, and it talks about a fruit, right? Apple pie, apple of a tree. And depending on your history with apples, it can be pleasant or it can be sad. You could look at an apple and be like, oh, my grandma used to make me apple pie and it's great. Or you could look at an apple and be like, oh, I remember going to the summers and having to pick apples from the trees. My parents made me do this and it was super hot and I didn't like it. So apples have different symbols, and also certain signs and symbols change from different cultural areas and countries. But also you want to think when your artists are making work, they're using signs and symbols to create meaning for their artwork. So that's why we're talking about semiotics. Now, something else I want to talk about is, I know that some people, not everybody, but there are paintings out there that are just one solid. Let's say you go to a museum, hopefully this red's okay, and you see a solid red painting. And you're like, what is that? Why would you do that? Now, the artist who made this, first of all, wants to talk about what? Wants to talk about the color red. That's it. It doesn't have to have a lot of meaning. Wants to talk about the fact that it's paint or whatever material that it is to be red. When you're looking at red, what kind of things come up? Red can be the meaning of love, war, blood, anger. Did you know that red cars get pulled over more than people that don't drive red cars? Is because that is an assumption that if you are in a red car, you are dangerous, because red has that kind of energy to it. Another thing to think about, like when you're looking at this red square, you are not being mentally told to think of something. You kind of are not given a narrative, not given a direction. The interpretation opens up a little bit. Like if I had a red tree, I'm taking you into nature and a landscape and a narrative of what's happening. Now, and there's something that your mind instantly works. It's a tree. I'm outside. I'm thinking about nature or something, and why is it red? But when you go back to the red box, you end up, my uneven red box, you end up, and I'm running out of red. Let's try a different marker. You end up